Welcome back to the Business Book Club.
It's great to be here.
We always love taking these deep dives into some of the most impactful business books out there.
And I think today we've got a real gem.
We do. We're cracking open Michael E. Gerber's The E-Myth Revisited: Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It.
Oh, this one is a classic for a reason. It's helped so many entrepreneurs really understand the fundamentals of building a successful business.
Absolutely. And Gerber himself brings a ton of experience to the table.
Right, he's not just some academic spouting theory.
No way. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO of E-Myth worldwide.
And get this, he's worked with over 25,000 small and emerging business owners.
Wow. So he's seen it all firsthand.
He has. So let's tap into that wisdom and see how we can apply his insights to help our listeners build businesses that work for them.
That's the goal. So let's jump right in. Gerber starts with this idea of the entrepreneurial myth.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one. And I think so many of us fall prey to it at some point.
I know, I have. So what is this myth exactly?
Well, in a nutshell, it's the belief that if you're good at the technical work of a business, you'll automatically be successful at running a business doing that work.
So it's like if you're a fantastic baker, you'll naturally be a successful bakery owner.
Exactly. You assume your passion and skill will translate directly into business success. But Gerber argues this is a fatal assumption.
It makes sense though, right? You'd think expertise in the field would be the key ingredient.
You would. But Gerber points out that running a business involves a whole other set of skills.
Yeah, you need to market yourself, manage finances, deal with employees, all that stuff.
It's a whole different ballgame. He gives this great example in the book about Sarah.
Oh yeah, Sarah, who starts all about pies.
Right. She's an amazing baker, pours her heart into her pies.
But then what happens?
So she opens her shop and quickly gets bogged down by all the non-baking aspects of the business.
Like all the stuff we were just talking about?
Exactly. The marketing, the finances, the staff. It all becomes overwhelming.
And it takes the joy out of baking for her.
It does. She ends up resenting the business and even baking itself because she's so caught up in the day-to-day grind.
So the takeaway there is loving what you do isn't enough to build a successful business.
You hit the nail on the head. You need more than just passion and technical skill.
So how does Gerber break down what it takes to actually run a thriving business?
Well, he introduces this fascinating framework of the 3 personalities within every business owner.
3 personalities. Tell me more.
He calls them the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician.
And these aren't literally 3 different people, are they?
No, not at all. They're like 3 different mindsets or roles that we all embody to varying degrees when we're running a business.
Oh, I see. So what's the entrepreneur all about?
The entrepreneur is the visionary, the dreamer.
Okay, the big idea person.
Exactly. They see possibilities where others see limitations. They're always looking ahead, thinking about the future.
Like the driving force behind innovation and growth.
Exactly. Gerber says they can see opportunity in the most mundane things. It's that spark that gets the whole thing going.
Makes sense. And what about the manager? What role do they play?
Well, the manager is the pragmatist, the one who brings order and structure.
Okay. The voice of reason?
You could say that. They focus on systems, processes, efficiency, making sure things run smoothly.
So they're like the builder making the entrepreneur's vision a reality.
That's a great analogy. They're all about creating a solid foundation for the business.
And what about the technician? Where do they fit in?
The technician is the doer, the one who loves the hands-on work.
So in Sarah's case, that would be her as the baker.
Exactly. They're the ones who are passionate about the craft, the technical skills, the nitty-gritty of the business.
So they're essential, but they can't be the only personality running the show.
Right. That's where things get tricky. Gerber says the problem is, in many small businesses, the technician takes over.
They get so focused on the doing that they neglect the bigger picture.
Precisely. They don't have the time or energy for the entrepreneur's vision or the manager's systems.
Which leads to burnout and ultimately a business that's not sustainable.
Exactly. So the key is finding a balance between these 3 personalities.
Making sure they all have a seat at the table, so to speak.
Right. The entrepreneur sets the direction, the manager creates the structure, and the technician executes the work.
So it's like a well-oiled machine with all parts working together.
Precisely. And Gerber then connects these personalities to the 3 phases of business growth he outlines in the book.
Oh, interesting. So tell me about these phases. What's the first one?
The first phase is infancy. Gerber calls it the technician's phase.
Makes sense. That's where most businesses start, right?
Exactly. It's driven by the owner's passion for the technical work.
Like Sarah and her love of baking.
Exactly. They're totally immersed, working long hours, doing everything themselves.
It's all-consuming at this stage.
It is, and it's often fueled by this belief that their hard work alone will guarantee success.
But that's not always the case, is it?
Unfortunately not. And here's the irony, the owner often ends up becoming the boss they thought they left behind.
Oh, wow, that's ironic.
Yeah.
They're trapped in their own business.
They are, constantly putting out fires working in the business, not on it.
And that's when burnout sets in.
Often. And Gerber says many businesses fail to transition out of this phase.
They can't break free from the technician's grip.
Right. And it's because they're so focused on the immediate tasks they're doing that they neglect the strategic thinking, the big picture.
Which is where the entrepreneur and the manager come in.
Precisely. You need that vision and structure to grow beyond infancy.
So what happens when a business does start to grow? What's the next phase?
The next phase is adolescence.
Okay, so things are getting a little more mature.
You could say that. And this usually happens when the owner realizes they can't do it all themselves anymore.
They need to start delegating.
Exactly. But here's the catch. This is where a lot of businesses stumble.
They hire people, but don't give them clear direction or systems.
That's right. Gerber calls this management by abdication.
Management by abdication. Interesting term. What does it mean?
It means just handing off tasks without putting the right systems and training in place.
Oh, I see. So it's like throwing people into the deep end without teaching them how to swim.
It is. And it often backfires because the owner ends up micromanaging and feeling even more frustrated.
And the employees are probably confused and demotivated.
Exactly. It creates chaos instead of easing the burden.
So what's the key to successfully navigating adolescence?
The key is systems.
Ah, there it is again. That seems to be a recurring theme with Gerber.
It is. He emphasizes that you need clear processes, procedures, expectations for everything.
So you're not just relying on individual people, but on a well-oiled machine.
That's it. And this leads us to the final phase, maturity.
Okay, so this is where businesses really hit their stride.
Right. And Gerber uses companies like McDonald's, FedEx, Disney as examples of mature businesses.
What makes them different?
They were designed that way from the beginning.
Designed? How do you design a business to be mature?
By embracing what Gerber calls the entrepreneurial model.
Okay, break that down for me. What does that entail?
It means viewing your business itself as a product.
The business as a product. That's a different way of looking at things.
It is. It means you're not just selling pies or whatever your product or service is.
You're selling a system, a way of delivering that product or service consistently and effectively.
Exactly. The focus shifts from what you do to how you do it.
I see. So it's about creating a predictable and positive experience for the customer every time.
Precisely. And that's where systems and standardization become crucial.
It's like a franchise model, right?
Yeah.
Every McDonald's operates the same way.
Exactly. The true product isn't just the burger. It's the entire system that delivers that burger.
And Gerber ties this into the turnkey revolution.
He does. He sees this trend toward systematization as revolutionizing how businesses operate.
Making them more efficient, scalable, and ultimately more successful.
Exactly. And he offers this really practical framework called the business development process.
Well, tell me more about that. What are the key elements?
It's got three main components: innovation, quantification, and orchestration.
Okay, let's take them one by one. What's innovation all about in this context?
It's not necessarily about coming up with groundbreaking inventions.
It's more about continuously improving your systems and processes.
You got it. It's about asking, what can we do better to meet our customers' needs?
So it's customer-centric innovation.
Absolutely. And it's about finding ways to simplify and streamline your operations.
Making things easier for both you and your customers.
Exactly. Then comes quantification.
Okay, so that's about measuring the result of your innovations.
Right. It's about tracking data, analyzing results, and making sure your changes are actually having a positive impact.
So it's not just about making changes, it's about making informed changes.
Precisely. You need data to guide your decisions.
And the final element is orchestration.
Right. And this is where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, so what does orchestration involve?
It's about standardizing everything in your business.
Creating those systems and procedures we've been talking about.
Exactly. It's about documenting processes, creating checklists, ensuring everyone follows the same methods.
So there's consistency no matter who's doing the work.
Exactly. Gerber argues that too much discretion, too much individual variation leads to inconsistency and ultimately hurts the customer experience.
So it's about taking the guesswork out of the equation.
It is. And it's about creating a system that runs smoothly even when you're not there to oversee every detail.
So all of this leads to some really practical principles for building a business that works.
It does. And Gerber highlights several key takeaways.
Like, what are some of the most important things entrepreneurs should focus on?
Well, first and foremost, he stresses defining your primary aim.
And that's not just about your business goals, right? It's about your life goals.
You got it. It's about asking yourself, what kind of life do I want to create?
And then how does my business fit into that vision?
Exactly. Your business should serve your life, not the other way around.
That's a powerful perspective. And then from there, you define your strategic objective.
Right. What do you want your business to become in the future?
Like painting a picture of your ideal business.
Exactly. And even if you're just starting out, it's important to have that vision in mind.
And even in a small business, Gerber emphasizes the importance of having an organizational strategy.
He does. He says even if it's just you and one employee, you need to define roles and responsibilities.
It's about creating clarity and accountability from the outset.
Exactly. And then there's your management strategy.
And as we've been talking about, systems are key here.
Absolutely. Gerber advocates for creating detailed operations manuals with checklists and procedures for everything.
So you're not just relying on individual people, but on a well-defined system.
Precisely. And this makes it easier to train new employees and ensure consistency.
And then there's your people strategy.
Right. This is all about building a strong team and fostering a positive company culture.
So it's about hiring the right people and motivating them to do their best work.
Exactly. And it's about leading by example and creating an environment where everyone feels valued and respected.
And of course, we can't forget about marketing.
Absolutely. Gerber emphasizes the importance of understanding your ideal customer.
Knowing who they are, what they want, and how to reach them.
Exactly. He says too many businesses rely on their own assumptions about their customers.
Instead of actually doing the research and getting to know their target audience.
Right. You need to understand their demographics, their psychographics, what makes them tick.
And then tailor your marketing messages accordingly.
Exactly. And finally, there's your systems strategy. This is about seeing your entire business as a system.
Connecting all the pieces.
Exactly. You have your hard systems, your soft systems, your information systems.
Break those down for me.
Hard systems are your physical assets, like your equipment and tools.
Okay, what about soft systems?
Soft systems are your processes and procedures, the way you do things.
And information systems.
Those are the ways you track data and measure results.
So it's all about creating a cohesive and efficient operation.
Exactly. And Gerber stresses the importance of standardizing your systems as much as possible.
To eliminate variation and ensure a consistent customer experience.
You got it. Now, beyond all the practical advice, Gerber also touches on something really interesting: the importance of caring and spirit in business.
Okay, that sounds a bit more touchy-feely.
It does, but it's really at the heart of what makes a business successful.
How so?
Gerber believes that your business should be an expression of your values, your passions, what you care about.
So it's not just about making money, it's about making a difference.
Exactly. It's about bringing your unique spirit to your work.
And he even uses the analogy of business as a dojo,
He does. He sees business as a path to personal growth.
a way to challenge yourself to learn and to become a better version of yourself.
Exactly. And he believes that this inner transformation is essential for building a truly successful and fulfilling business.
Wow, there's so much to unpack in this book.
There is. It's a real treasure trove of wisdom for entrepreneurs.
So if we were to distill it down to some key, actionable takeaways, what would you say are the most important things for listeners to remember?
I'd say focus on building systems, understand your customer deeply, and align your business with your personal vision and values.
Those are great starting points. And Gerber offers some practical tips for implementing these ideas.
He does. He suggests documenting your key processes, defining your ideal customer, and taking some time to reflect on your primary aim.
Those are great exercises for any entrepreneur.
They are. And he also encourages us to constantly challenge our assumptions.
To question the status quo and look for ways to improve.
Exactly, because that's how we grow, both personally and professionally.
Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive into the E-Myth Revisited.
It really has. Gerber's insights are as relevant today as they were when the book was first published.
Absolutely. So if you're feeling inspired to revisit your own business with these principles in mind, we encourage you to do so.
And if you're hungry for more insights on building a business that truly works,
Ensure to subscribe to the Business Book Club.
we've got a whole library of wisdom waiting for you.
Thanks for joining us today,
It's been a pleasure.
and we'll see you next time on the Business Book Club.
Looking forward to it.
Now that's a wrap for this episode of the Business Book Club. If you enjoyed the ride, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss our next deep dive. By the way, if you're looking for a detailed breakdown of this book, head over to my other channel, The Weekend Book Club. There, you'll find a book summary video that dives even deeper into the key concepts, plus a free book summary to download. The link is in the show notes below. Don't miss out. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.